Can you beat Paper Mario without using a jump attack or a hammer attack? Paper Mario, but without using hammer attacks or jump attacks. That means my damage output options are badges, items, and star spirits. An interesting notion since Paper Mario follows the classic formula for RPGs. For those of you who have evaded this N64 gem for decades, Paper Mario is a world of classic characters with unique personalities, shops, badges that serve as equipment, a cast of friends you encounter along the journey, and of course, areas to encounter random battles with a plethora of Bowser's minions as well. And this is where we have our challenge. Enemies you encounter in the open fields bring you into a battle scene where Mario and company have to deal X amount of damage to all the enemies in order to defeat them, gain star points, and level up in order to defeat the Koopa King himself. Mario will typically defeat these adversaries by using the classic hammer attack or his signature jumping abilities. But what if Mario couldn't? Game gets suddenly a lot harder, and that's what I'm looking for. Now, let me stop right here, real quick. Let's get a few key details out of the way. This challenge means that on the adventure, I can defeat any enemies I desire, but I cannot use jump at all. We take all of these badges that are here to make each of Mario's jumps more powerful than the last, with some being abused by the fanbase every so often. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at timing these, even with the badges. Make it easier. Don't look at me! This is the same case for hammer moves. Quake Hammer can be a super useful move, and late game, it isn't even that costly. All of them banned. Every single point of damage I do has to be done by using an item, or from badges like Zap Tap, which causes 1 point of damage when an enemy touches Mario. This was especially effective against fuzzies, by the way. I also have at my disposal the entire list of Star Spirits, with Starstorm being especially helpful, as it is easily rechargeable and will be used quite often. Along with it are Refresh, Lullaby, and Timeout, to name a few notable ones. Along with this, I also decided this doesn't quite feel brutal enough yet. So partners' attacks to deal damage to any enemies? Those are banned too! This decision alone makes Cooper worthless without an upgrade, and Bombette useful in battle exactly once. Goombario is our best partner for the first half of the game due to Tattle, years of living in their shadow, and here he is, standing tall and above them all! So partner abilities are only allowed if they don't deal damage. Sweet. Understood. Another thing that I need to address before we go any further. Full disclosure, and if you've played this incredible title, you're already feverishly typing in the comments, you can't technically do this challenge because you have to use the hammer in the Junior Troopers playground. You're also required to defeat the Goomba King and his 2 cronies. Twice, in fact. This is all true, but here's the thing. I don't know of a way around this, and therefore, the challenge officially begins immediately upon entering Toad Town and being greeted by this toad here. There's no grinding star points either. I collected some from this nerd, who I recently learned is level 41? Seriously? These dorks, as well as Big Papa Goom here. So I will at the very most begin the challenge with 70 star points in hand. The very first thing I want to prioritize here is money management. Since we have 0 star powers and our pocket of badges is laughable at best, items are key. Upon entering Toad Town, my inventory consists of 3 star pieces, a close call badge, 1 fire flower, 2 mushrooms, 1 super mush, a sleepy sheepy, and a lone goom nut. This gets me to 34 coins. Small, yet humble beginnings. I immediately purchase a fire flower as well as 4 pow blocks. Pow blocks deal 2 damage to all enemies, fire flowers deal 3 to all enemies. Drawback is, they are one-time use. Go figure. I be sure to pay a visit to Merlot to check what's in stock. Zap Tap will be what I have my eye on first, but this requires 10 star pieces, and I'm holding only 3 at the moment. Oop, I'll be back. Now, while streaming this, twitch.tv/irix, you can come follow me and watch me play games wrong. I was asked a lot about why I keep spinning and following it with a jump all the time. It's faster. That's all. Look, little Goom Kid can't even keep up. Along the way, we get stopped by our first enemy of the run, a single Magic Koopa. No biggie, just no boots. Well, the best thing to do is lead with Tattle. Knowing the enemy's HP is going to be crucial in proper item management. Sick, I can do 8 damage. Easily done with 2 flyers and a pow block. Unfortunately for you, little Goombario, you'll be doing nothing. I dispose of the Magic Koopa, and it only cost me, look at that, half my attacks. Fun. I will have to be dodging as many enemies as I can through this run, as I have a very limited number of spaces in my bag. 10 is the max, and it is non-upgradable. 10. Spinning past enemies, I get a badge that isn't worth much, a fry jar, and a pow block. I'd never thought I would be so stoked to see these items. Hit tree, get switch. Being a creeper behind the trees, I await my chance to dash. Koopas are appearing and they have a whopping 4 HP, and I just don't have the resources for all of them. Find another sleepy sheepy and spin my way down the spiral steps into Koopa Village. You know, this challenge might not be that bad. While the village is being plagued with fuzzies, I'd be sure to scavenge in the bushes for any loose change before quickly ignoring the Koopas in need. Play a rousing game of Find the Fuzz. God, I hate when I have to play Find the Fuzz. Followed by roasting some fuzz nuts over an open fire. Grab the HP plus along the way, as this will be helpful in the future, and make my way back to town to organize my inventory. Next up is Koopa Fortress, and it's going to be a little bumpy. With only 10 item slots, I'll need to manage items, as well as make a trip back into town to resupply. Dodging Koopas, I grab the Thunderbolt, insanely good item as it deals 5 damage to a single target, and I'll grab star piece number 6. I forgot to mention I got one from Chuck Quizmo. Koopa Fortress. The first room of the dungeon, and I'm required to use 2 POW blocks, which is okay. I have 2 open slots now, after all. Positive. And I got a level. Grab those sweet... I put sweat. Grab those sweet badge points. I made sure to equip the Dizzy Attack badge, as this makes the first enemy of the encounter stunned on the ground for their first turn. I didn't expect this badge to be that useful, but that's the fun of wacky challenges. Do a little dance before spinning into this fight, and debate which item to use with my new information. You know, a flower would have probably been better for Mario's health, but I made my decision. It was at this point that I knew even with 4 flowers and 1 POW block, I need more than this. So thus begun my first trek back to my Koopa pals. I know I need to collect more money, and those bushes don't quite supply me with any more change. Except... Back into the room with Hoppy Doors, we're forced to dispatch 3 groups of Koopas in order to leave. 5 POW blocks and a flower later, onward! I should go get some supplies. I fall for this guy's dastardly brilliant trap and find Bombette, our third partner, and the second that won't ever see combat. Mr. Koopa Warden comes in, and I'm forced to use another 2 flowers in this confrontation. Not the worst, but I am super low on money and attacks now. I do have a Thunderbolt, but I need to save this for later. You'll see why. Making my way back up with a bomb friend in tow, I can destroy this wall, which opens up to a treasure chest containing the very useful Refund badge. This will give me some money back on every item I use in battle. Will be handy for sure, so we slap that on immediately and begin the trek back to Koopa Village for more supplies. After resupplying, again, I tactfully evade as I blow up the wall and grab the next key. Making my way outside and into our next battle, the cannons. Ah yes, that refund badge is slick to say the least. I actually made money off of that fight. But now I have to face off against the final boss of Chapter 1. Bowser? Start off strong with our Thunderbolt to deal 5, which is half of his max HP. I take a shameful left hook and counter with a Fire Flower. Now we're cooking. I block his second haymaker and finish him off with a POW block, exposing the turtles for round 2. They stack high, and then this is where we have a bit of a problem. The only way to take these guys down is with a bomb explosion. While Bombette's attack would normally do a whopping 4 damage, due to the Koopa Brothers' ultimate breakfast sandwich attack, they take no damage. Drop the bomb and watch them fall over unharmed. And then I put CM Punk static, so look in my eyes. Oh. Hold on, Mister. You said no attacking the enemies with partners. Wait, flashback. So partner abilities are only allowed if they don't deal damage. Sweet. Understood. Peach segment. Now on your way back to Toad Town, it is super critical that you make a stop in Koopa Village to pick up some offense. On your way back, you'll get ambushed by this little guy, who happens to be level 44 in our second encounter, and has a beefy 15 HP to boot. 5 Fire Flowers later, we can finally nominate Cooper for most helpful partner in battle. While I was among the Koopas, I grabbed 5 leaves to do some cooking. we visit Tasty. We can cook these up, see how much we can get for them, and okay. I mean, I guess 3 is better than 1. Upon arriving in the desert, the first thing to do here is find Wacka. This little guy is going to keep the dream alive, and in the most unfortunate way. 8 whacks to the Wacka-dome, and he's never going to greet us again. What have I done? I'm so sorry, Wacka, but the problem is, your bumpiness has given me funds for days. A single Wacka bump, sold specifically to this shop here, will net you 64 coins. Knowing that the Clefs and Monty Moles on Mount Rugged have 2 and 3 HP respectively, I pick up a few flowers and pows, making sure to leave room for items we will find on the mountain top. You don't actually have to fight anything along the way, but it's always good to have them and not need them over need them and not have them. Tell Buzzer here that you're Ouija and he won't think twice. You never actually have to beat Buzzer, but don't tell him you're Peach. He isn't that stupid. Immediately after this, I stumbled upon Colorado and have a letter for him. This is significant because that makes our 10th star piece. We spin right the fuck back to Merlot to get the oh-so-useful Zap Tap. I cannot stress enough how much this badge paid off in this challenge. Dealing a point or two of effectively extra damage helps make our items last longer. It does cost 4 BP to wear, but it is worth every point. I don't think I took this off the entire run. Immediately upon arrival at Dry Outpost, I want to purchase as many Thunderbolts as I can get my hands on. This item is our Golden Goose. It costs 5 coins, it deals 5 damage to a single target, and with the refund badge equipped, it gives us 3 coins back! Throughout this challenge, I believe I used about 100 of these, at least. Oh yes, our second dungeon, Dry Ruins. As I begin plundering the Dry Ruins, I make a decent bit of progress before having to deal with 3 separate mobs. Not a huge deal, but I am once again low on supplies. I opt not to run back to town in favor of collecting the Stone Hammer. This guy increases hammer damage by 1. Ew. But it does open up our shortcuts back in Toad Town. As I run through the temple, I am required to pick up 3 stone shapes, each being guarded by a pair of chain chomps. At 4 HP apiece, I'm not too worried about these guys. But in this moment, I do realize I should have grabbed some Thunder Rages to deal damage more efficiently. Do you know how weird it feels to ignore a partner power-up? Not one of my characters can learn a move that I find particularly useful. We get our stones, shove Round Peg into Square Hole, and ignore our final warning before Tootin' Koopa! The fight starts off with Tattle and a Thunderbolt to see what we're up against. As soon as Tootin' Koopa gets a turn, he summons a fearsome beast, and this is where our Thunder Rage is helpful. We shock him again before he releases a devastating Chomp spell. Rocks falling and Goombario's hurt. No! This is gonna be a slugfest for sure. With the odds stacked against me, I don't know if I'll be able to survive without our best Goom Boy, but I shall persevere. Oh, sweet. Hey, since you're back, can you just like hurry up and do nothing for me, pal? Thanks. The final shock to old Tootie here, and we're done. We now have Lullaby, a move that I did not put any stock into early on in the challenge. Peaches. After Dry Ruins, we immediately return back to Dry Outpost to get a full bag of Thunderbolts. It's also very important to throw another whole stack of them into storage. Each shop storage is connected, so these will bail us out later if we get stuck. We make it back into Toad Town and immediately check in with Ralph. At the end of each chapter, his badge supply will be updated, and he has some pretty valuable stuff. Speaking of, you bet I'm buying Double Dip. Double Dip is essential for this type of challenge. At the cost of 3 flowers, it allows Mario to use 2 items in 1 turn. Kind of an essential tool since 95% of our DPS comes from our inventory at the moment. I took a second to deliver all the letters for Parakarry, and this ended up netting me 8 star pieces in total. The perfect number. With some expert jumping skills, I asked Merlot for a happy heart, and as soon as I level once more, I'll have the badge points in order to equip this truly useful badge. On the subject of badges, during my stream of this challenge, I had the idea to purchase HP Drain, a badge that lowers Mario's attack stat by 1 and guarantees that 1 HP will be restored per turn. Feels like a slam dunk, huh? Well, as it turns out, Mario's restored with 1 HP a turn if, the big if and only if, Mario happens to attack with his hammer or jump. Sad boy, as that was a lot of star pieces to invest. But there is an upside. Wasting 15 star pieces hurts, but with 160 total pieces in the game, this is merely a minor setback. Hey, fun fact, while typing the script, I left the game on this screen and discovered this little Easter egg. I thought it was pretty fun. Chapter 3 starts with Forever Forest. There are no mandatory fights. Yet. But there are green fuzzies, and since we have Zap Tap, you can farm a little bit of star points here. The Booze Mansion. This chapter was pretty good on our supplies. No required fighting in the forest, and now at the mansion, we still don't have any need to be concerned. Oh sweet, weapon upgrade. Now Mario's jump does 2 per bounce. Oh, and I can flip these tiles and find a bunch of star pieces, but you know. Once on the top floor of the mansion, we get a new partner, and she's useful in battle! Oh my god, it's beautiful. Before taking off, Bao lets us use the shop in the basement. This is super handy as I'll be swapping out all of my non-Thunderbolts for, you guessed it, Thunderbolts. We arrive outside of Tubba Blubba's, commence Metal Gear Solid style action. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I have to do this to avoid getting a copyright strike. Dun 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 dun. That's still not helpful. Grab Yaki here and book it out of Tubba's straight to the windmill, where obviously we find Tubba's heart.
Ready, fight!
Immediately using Tattle tells us that the heart has 50 HP, thus why we want 10 Thunderbolts. We need to prioritize getting as much damage as we can through Zap Tap, as this is merely round 1. It's important to always have 2 flowers available as well. Throughout the battle, Tubba's heart will charge up and can deal upwards of 10 damage, and that's not okay. This fight is pretty predictable as the heart's attacks are charge up, charge attack, regular attack, repeat. Keep your HP up, always save 2 flowers for Bao, and all will be okay. Once Tubba Blubba's heart is close to death, it'll flee in order to reunite with his body.
Round 2, fight!
This is where our fight gets a little sticky. We don't have the option to restock our attacks before round 2, but if you're able to save 2 Thunderbolts for round 1, you're golden. Tubba's body is very weak and only has 10 HP. Dap and dap! And he's out. And this is the moment in the challenge that I felt I had broken it in half. You see, this is Scholar. Scholar has an amazing ability. For the low and affordable cost of 2 stars, Scholar will appear in battle to bombard each enemy for 7 damage. 7! This is massive, and it will be our #1 source of damage for the entire challenge going forward. Another Peach scene! Regain control outside of the windmill, and this is where it is imperative to revisit the booze shop. Grab a full sack of Thunderbolts, or if you don't have a healthy supply, Snowman dolls are sold here for 15 coins. It's not the best value, but it's far better than nothing. Beginning to make your way back towards Toad Town, and yep, there he is, Junior Chupa. It's been a hot minute. Our third go at this guy, he comes flapping in at an impressive level 52 for this one. Do you think he'd be more upset knowing that he got a walloping from a level 5 Mario? With 40 HP, our shelled rival will take a lot of turns to get through. Fortunately, with Zap Tap, around 10 damage is dealt over time. Zap Tap is already paying off. Rushing through Forever Forest is only bad if you're going to the Booze Mansion. If you're on your way out, just take any old path. You get back. I love it. It feels like fast traveling. Much like the Koopas and the Fuzzies, I narrowly avoid having to help the Toad Town citizens. I'm just looking to pick up some new badges anyway. Hey, what's up, Ralph? Hey, what's up, man? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so I gotta get Ralph's calculator back, but the first thing I need to do is head straight for Dry Outpost. Oh yeah, friend, it's gonna be that kind of weekend. I'm already bumping hard into trees. Okay, so top priority, get Ralph's calculator back. I just spent all my money and I'm looking to get a high interest loan and get some badges. Calculator Thief and Shy Guy's back here, along with 4 others that all drop guaranteed items when defeated. This is a good variety and worth noting the Fire Flower. Return the calc to Ralph, and I am not impressed, Ralph. I'm glad I'm broke. Forget this. Alright, so here's a little trick for all you out there. If you wander back towards the forest before circling back to Ralph's, his inventory can change. Reroll what he's gotten. Oh shit! Hey, I need my whackers. Who is this clown? Sell 2 bumps and immediately purchase it and equip this badge. I'm talking like yesterday. Let me explain. This is Group Focus. It's a beautiful badge that gives us an incredible upgrade. All of those battles we fought through where our partner does nothing turn after turn, not anymore. So having just acquired Starstorm and now Group Focus, we are moving. Who's gonna stop me now? I was so naive back in my younger days. Allow me to introduce you to Big Lantern Ghost. In the deepest and darkest corner of Shy Guy's toy box is where this guy has made his home since, unfortunately for us, we cannot see him. We must first bang on his lantern in order to light the room. The only way we can generate enough taps on the glass is with Bao and her smack attack. Now let's not worry too much about this, as this is completely legal. It doesn't affect Big E's HP and it doesn't even damage the lantern, so I'm calling this one safe. A series of Thunder and Stars later, Spooky is done and we get Watt, an actually useful partner. Watt can paralyze a single enemy, making them sit out for up to 4 turns. That's pretty solid. We also want to upgrade Watt, not for the super ability that buffs Mario's attack, but for the future when we can go ultra rank. Back to town to resupply. This next fight will require a specific inventory, as we will be going through multiple phases. Since I need to prep my Sacco stuff, I figured now is a pretty good time to go see Merlot and grab Happy Flower. Our max flowers don't ever really need to be that high, but generating flowers is a whole different argument. This badge will fix the issue about 90% of the time for sure. Now, for the following battle against General Guy, we want our inventory to contain at least 3 Thunderbolts, 2 Thunder Rage, 2 Snowman Dolls, and your last 3 slots can be anything you feel necessary, but I'm gonna go with Thunderbolts. General Guy is definitely one of our easier boss fights. Round 1 has the Shy Squad with 15 HP. Double dip 2 Thunderbolts turn 1, and 1 more on the following turn. Our partner isn't the most useful in the first few turns, but this is fine. Round 2 is a pair of Stilt Guys. 1 Starstorm does the job as they only have 7 HP each. Round 3, we start focusing with Watt and double dip our pair of Thunder Rages, and just like that, we're already on round 4. If Happy Flower is kind to us, Double Snowman Doll here is going to save you a lot of heartache. The tank's light bulb has 8 HP and we want it gone fast. Without it, we can whittle down the 30 remaining HP the boss has, but we've weathered the storm. This is just easy cleanup. Claim our 4th star and move on to the Great Cake Bake-Off. Who doesn't love this part of the game?
15 points.
In all honesty, this is where Peach segments get a little more fun as we get to start sneaking about the castle. A little bit of exploration and we can come across this box here and one of our most useful badges of the game. Deep Focus makes it so when Mario uses focus in battle, we get more star power returned to us. Sadly, this does not affect our partner's focus ability. Once in control of Mario, deliver the cookbook to Tasty. With book in hand, Tasty can start to combine items to make some really good stuff. This will make a big difference later on. Plundering the sewers gets you a second encounter with Blooper. At 50 HP, Blooper 2 doesn't top our toughest obstacle yet. His only relevant move that can seriously injure you is after he charges up. Just make sure to deal damage and Bloops will completely forget what he was doing. Easy fight. Oh, you're stealing our family treasure, I'm getting my big brother! Yeah, okay, whatever, Blooper. And it wasn't worth it. Why? You are way too excited for something that I wish I could sell. At this point, I chose to hunt star pieces in order to get Peekaboo, a badge that will always display the enemy's active HP bar. Super useful and completely phase out Goombario, but with partners that actually have some presence in battle, it's really hard to justify using Tattle. Time for retirement, little fella. Exchanging 10 pieces gets us Peekaboo, and we'll also pick up our Deep Focus badge while in the area. Since we're going into the jungle, we probably want to grab Feelin' Fine too, just in case. Beaching. Time to get serious. Thunder Rage can be purchased on the island for 15 coins. Grab 3 of these and it's off into the jungle to save some Yoshi kids. The jungle contains some of the most annoying enemies, such as bushes. 1 Starstorm will do most of the work, but Mario's gonna have to take a few for the team on this fight. I should probably put damage dodge back on. Upgrade Sushi to a Super Saiyan in order to learn Water Block, a defensive buff for Mario that can last up to 4 turns. This is very important as I like my Mario not dead. A quick bout with the Piranha Plant pair and we rescue another Yoshi. Venturing deeper into the jungle finds us at odds against this motley crew. This guy. This is a white Magic Koopa. These guys love to heal the enemy party, so going extreme is advised. 2 Thunder Rage and 1 Starstorm for 17 damage will get the job finished. Oh, don't mind if I do. Sushi, geez, what are you, a fish out of water? We work out a blood pact with Big Bird Daddy here, and he'll summon his children who flap with their feet. Yeah, okay. Rush back into town and grab some snowman dolls. I made sure to grab 7 snowmen and 3 thunderbolts. Bow, please, we have a star spirit to find. Save it for back at the house. Once inside Mount Lava Lava, there will be only one fight required of the Mario. We can slink our way down to the bottom for our Ultra Hammer, great for blocks around the world, but worthless in battles. It really is nice how many enemies you can spin past. Get the ball rolling, and Colorado has to be the dumbest Koopa I've ever personally dealt with. And that's including old Kent C here. With our sack full of snowmen, we finalize our badge choices before dealing with the big lava plant boy. We open up with a turn 1 being the most dangerous, as the 3 plants will all hit you with some fire breath. You can double dip 2 snowmen to take out the little guys, but it's not necessary. Starstorm and Focus are my turn 1, followed by a snowman to finish the smaller plants. Now we just beat down the big guy and we're golden. Oh, JK, round 2. Now we got flaming plants opposite Mario, but I have zero worry in my heart because the oh-so-fearless, the Koopa that is the reason we've been able to make it this far is here to save us. Now what makes this fight a cakewalk is once the Piranha Plant has become a flamin' hot Cheeto, we can Snowman Doll, and not only do they take a 50% increase in damage, but now they're stunned, and for each plant head's entire turn. We're untouchable! While streaming, I really did have concerns going into this fight, but after learning how impactful the Snowman Doll is, it was merely a matter of turns before victory can be claimed. Quick Peach segment before we wind up on a game show. Don't ask. We proved that these Koopalings don't know a damn thing before winning the Sneaky Parasol and then getting busted by the cops for having fun. Back on Yoshi's Island, after unloading all of our items on Lava Boys, we want to be sure to grab a few Thunderbolts from storage. Much like the Boo's Mansion, if you don't have any in storage, you can buy Thunder Rage for 15 coins apiece. We only need to grab a minimum of 4, so this shouldn't slay our wallet too bad. As we take our leave, we get a familiar guy following us. Not sure how he knew where to find us, but whatever. Dock our whale in the harbor, and a stunning level 59 Junior Troopa finally catches up, only to discover he is exhausted from the relay race and lost half his health. He can easily be taken down with 3 Starstorms if you have your partner focus. If you happen to be low on star power, items are the way to go. Double Thunderbolt each turn, and this fight is even easier than the Lava Piranhas. Now that I have returned to Toad Town, it's very important that I leave for Mount Rugged. I missed breakfast, so I'll pick up a batch of eggs, but also grab this power-up. This upgrades Watt to Ultra Rank and gives us Mega Shock, a move that allows us the chance at paralyzing all of our enemies. Damn, I'm not prepared for a blooper battle. This is blooper 3. Biggest bro comes in hot at 70 HP and has his little brothers crowding around him. Pack mentality, huh? Ha! Now what? Ah, shit. Biggest bloop is a grindy fight. Starstorm when he adds 2 little guys, out of sight when he turns red, heal when necessary, and focus. Focus constantly. The only real time to deal damage to Blooper is with Starstorm when he has little ones. Oh, Blooper rules! All that effort so I can pick up a slightly cheaper Thunder Rage. Just gotta spread my seed and we're on our way. Flower Fields is an area I dislike. This is our central hub with 6 branching paths. Not bad so far. Now see, the problem is, this is a challenge based off working with our inventory. Well, multiple paths from here require me to bring these lovely guys some berries. Berries that take up some of our inventory slots. Not only that, I counted out 7 different required battles in the area, not counting the boss fight. Mount Lava Lava had 1. The boss. Start eradicating some moles out here. With 12 HP each, Thunder Rage and Starstorm ruin them every time. Ruin some moles and we get the bean. Dodge bees for some dirt. Take out the Lakitu duo with ease, finding Rosie in the following area. She is quite the stone that even forces Mario to show some greed, but tells us she'll only trade us for it. Revisit Posey here, and she's nice enough to just give us a Crystal Berry. Trade with Rosie, while Parakarry decides, yeah, I'm gonna flap right here, and completely blocks my shot! Returning to Lily with the water stone in hand, she can't help but talk dirty to Mario while he gets her all wet. Look at this smug bastard. He's proud of what he's done here. This earns us the Miracle Water. It's got a little bit of lily extract in it. Ooh. As we make our way out of Lily's pad, we want to steal some of her bubble fruits, and with this, immediately head back into town. We have our mini-boss of the area coming up, so we need to stock up. Praise the sun before getting stopped by Spike, a Lakitu who doesn't have a ton going on as far as attack variety. Bolts and stars into oblivion before Spike joins us as Lekilister. With our final party member, we can access this back area where these guys are running the smoke machine. Smash up their property and they weirdly have a reaction to that. 2 star storms and this fight is over. Hope you didn't blink. Back to the central area, we can now grow our beanstalk. But first, you guessed it, back to town and supply again. But this time is a little different. I don't know if you've noticed, but throughout this video I have said Thunderbolt once or twice. It's kind of been my main attack, alongside Starstorm. The thing is, old Huff and Puff is immune to Thunderbolt. I learned this the hard way on stream and had to shift my strategy. Fortunately, I had recently learned of an item that can be made with relative ease. This is Egg Missile. An item Tasty whips up when given an egg and a fire flower. Egg Missile does 6 damage, but more importantly, it isn't thunder damage. Grab 7 of these and 3 POW blocks. Hey, you know, it's pretty nice up here. Well, it was anyway. Huff and Puff! Huffles here has a few things that are very challenging. We already took care of the fact that he's immune to Thunderbolt, but now we have to consider the actual fight. When Huff Daddy here happens to take any damage, little Huffers happen to break off of Huff and Puff. These can gang up to do some damage to Mario, but even worse, Big Puff here is going to suck up all of the little ones to restore health based upon the number he sucks up. Because of this, the strategy is typically double dip a Grenegg into a POW block to eliminate the 6 that spawned from Egg Bomb. This keeps Huff and Puff's HP manageable as he has far less to restore. Top priority is keeping his HP decreasing while watching out for that big diuretic thunderclap. With the utmost diligence, perseverance, and focus, Huff explodes and I can get that Schwinn I've had my eye on instead. It's another Peach segment! This section was actually pretty fun. You get to explore the castle as the enemy until Cammy catches on to you smelling too nice. Well done. Once we return from these flowery fields, there isn't a ton we need to do. Ralph isn't going to collect any new cool badges and we've grabbed the relevant ones from Merlot. We don't even need supplies. We go straight into the sewers. Grab the Ultra Boots as these are required for progress and make our way to the frozen north of Shiver City. The second we pop out of this pipe, I'm running straight to the item shop to collect a full batch of Thunderbolts. It's good to see shooting stars, but we don't want to purchase these here. Same with the Life Shroom. We can get a better deal at the store up the road. Good to see Snowman Dolls are only 8 coins. Apparently Herringway has some cool-ass stairs. Wait a minute.
Engaged stairs! Oh, well, alright.
Immediately leaving Shiver City and we're greeted by this little guy, again. He comes dashing towards us at level 65. Dude's been hitting the gym for sure. Too bad we have to put him in timeout for being a little bully. Stop works on him 65% of the time, so repeat this until he's stuck and then zap him into oblivion. All while Watt focuses intensely. Junior Trooper's defeat gives Mario joy and a level. See you later, dork. Before continuing forward, we need to be sure we're able to do at least 20 damage without Star Spirits. Our next challenger is immune to star powers and can be only dealt with by items as Monstar here doesn't actually want to touch Mario. Turns out to be just a bunch of star kids in a spooky ghost trenchcoat, probably trying to sneak into an R-rated star film. You crazy kids! With bucket and scarf of legend in hand, dress the snowman to open the way toward Crystal Palace. Time to stock up as I found Crystal Palace more difficult than Bowser's Castle. Supplies are getting more expensive, and so to make sure we can afford the best offense, I want to return to Shiver City and rest at the inn. Once the player has dressed the snowmen, they may return here and rest to find some kind penguin has left mushrooms for Mario. One of them being an Ultra, and will be used to create a Jelly Ultra. Return to Flower Fields right quick and we can get some jelly. Have Tasty combine these and sell them to the booze shop specifically for maximum profit of 200 coins. Stocked with 3 Thunderbolts and 5 Thunder Rage, it's time to dive in. Hit the switch and we're in double vision. This is Duplighost and I love him. He's so fun to deal with in this challenge. See, Dupless here happens to turn into whoever your partner may be. And this is where Bombette becomes useful once again. Simply swap in her and wait for the action. Wait for the action, and what's this? Are you familiar with Zap Tap? Look at her, she's so proud of herself! As we begin our Crystal Palace excursion, bombing through this wall gets us quite the mirror match of sorts. Simply staying around for a minute and we can see that these supposedly tough spookies aren't actually a threat of any kind. I definitely make sure to collect this here, the Pound Up. This badge increases defense by 1 and lowers our attack by 1 as well. I'll be sure to lose sleep over that tonight. This effectively replaces our Defend Plus while freeing up a massive 4 badge points. Our next 3 fights all include some Clubbas and Magikoopas. The Clubbas don't have any scary offense, but the Magikoopas on the other hand. The black one makes this guy transparent. The white one heals the Clubbas, forcing another few turns wasted, and finally, a green one, which doesn't do anything even slightly relevant. A quick review of badges before entering the courtyard of the Crystal King. The Crystal King boasts a massive 70 HP, 6 attack power, and 2 defense. He can summon icy floating shapes to attack. The King can also use his power of Freezy Zaps to try and incapacitate Mario for 2 turns for every shock. Feeling Fine completely eliminates the threat of losing turns through this method. With Crystal King attempting to stun lock, I figured that I may as well take a page from his playbook and try the same tactics. Watt's Power Shock has a 40% chance to paralyze, while Time Out has a 50% chance to inflict stop. Landing even one of these to buy a turn will make the pressure King Crystallis applies feel significantly more manageable, as well as reduce the turns available for the King to heal himself. Especially once the fight breaks the threshold for Phase 2. CK here will heal himself for 20 periodically, followed by the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Once we reach this milestone, each move that can hit all targets are our bread and butter. Timeout, Mega Shock, Starstorm, or even Thunder Rage are all top tier options. We need to make sure that we finish this fight as soon as we start seeing multiple kings. Paralysis and the spiciest of DPS spams cause our freezer burned foe to spiral off into obscurity and nets us our 7th star spirit. This just leaves us with one final task. The time has come to make sure that we are stacked to the gills in both inventory and storage. Storming Bowser's Castle is no easy task, as it will require multiple battles with quite a variety of items, including, but not limited to, Shooting Stars, Thunder Rage, Thunderbolt, and especially Life Shrooms. If you happen to have any grenades left, or held on to a Repel Gel, those will also be useful but certainly not necessary. Depending on how well you've managed up to this point, every coin will be dumped into this venture. We don't need to be a miser like Scrooge McDuck though. Taste Tea is our key player here. We can whip up another Jelly Ultra by finding both an Ultra Shroom and Jam and Jelly in the Crystal Palace. We also have the luxury of combining a Super Shroom with Koopa Leaf to create Life Shrooms, a super budget-friendly way of obtaining these. Head up to the Starhaven shop where we can make the most of our coins by purchasing Shooting Stars for 15, as well as Life Shrooms for 25. Stock up on a variety of Sticker Star style attacks and be on our speedy way. Immediately arriving in the Sky Fortress, Koopa Trolls need to be vanquished for a key. Up and Away is useful, but doesn't grant star points, so this will probably not see any use. Before we square up with Big Bows, levels are important as we want to try to get the highest max HP possible without using badges. I'll explain when the time comes, but for now, we want star points. Sneak up on a few more spiky Koopas and give them the big shock. Did I mention how much I love Watt? 2 storms and 3 focus later, it's like they were never even standing before us. Strike the switch to turn off the lava falls, making it safe to run back outside and give us our second deep focus badge. Very helpful as these badges do stack up, so I'm not even upset it doesn't affect our partner's focus anymore. Traversing the annoying dark room gets us to a safe spot with a save, but most important is this Goomba slacking off at work. He sells items at a markup for desperate plumbers, but I'm a prepared plumber, as the only thing that matters is his ability to access my storage. Mario is soon met with multiple Bullet Bill blaster fights, but these pose no real threats. Bullet Bill succumbs to the effects of our lovely Zap Tap badge, while the cannons just kinda hang out. This location is incredible for the amount of star points possible with such little effort. Just make sure you can block better than I do. Ha! You suck, dude. Deeper in the castle catacombs, we find Peach ready to be picked up like a kid after school. JK, it's the Dupli 4, but since Bombette is here, I could not care less about this battle. Can I get anyone to step up and actually give me a real challenge here? Oh, okay, that might be double JK. It's Junior Troopa again. 0-5, and this guy still has a big slab of Mario beef. At level 74, the Shelled Warrior dashes forward with the new ability of changing his offense. Too bad no matter the form, always trust in Starstorm. You know that's true because it rhymed. Timeout is also a great option as it works 60% of the time unless JT here is in the air. Then it's 50%. At Half-Life, the wings come off and he finds a stick on the ground, with which he hurls PlayStation buttons at Mario. Rinse and repeat until Shelly gets scrambled for the final time at an impressive 0-6 record. Dash back to the Goom Shop because it's time to prepare for the big man himself. Prepping for Bowser accomplishes 2 things for us. By running back to the Goom Shop, we'll be collecting our life shrooms, repel gels, and any attacks left in our arsenal. On the trip, the cannon halls will respawn, and this is our opportunity to max out our HP at 50. This leaves us with just one thing left to do. Bowser! Round 1 is mostly a formality. A pretty laid-back fight gets us an idea of what to expect in our final bout. Being sure to keep all 10 items secure, we can easily win this one with star powers alone. Reach the final save point of the game, double check our inventory and badge setup, and it's off for greatness. Phase 1 is wait out a few turns before Twink gets involved. Lol, challenge failed. Giga Bows stands before us with 99 HP, immunity to paralyze, stop, dizzy, and sleep. He has his own Thunderbolt that can do almost double the damage, Scorching Fire Breath to roast Mario, star-powered shockwaves hitting both Mario and Watt to name a few attacks. But on top of that, he can heal for 30! This fight is a true test of endurance that sounds nearly impossible. We can't possibly focus enough star power, then Starstorm anywhere near as fast as Bowser can restore himself. It takes 4 actions from Mario and Watt to charge enough power, and then Starstorm for a mere 7 damage, when Bowser can gain 30 in 1 turn. This, my friends, is where having 50 HP is going to pay off. While running through this challenge, I already knew what to expect in the final fight. I knew that Bowser effectively has over 180 HP, so I began to research to see what moves work in our last encounter. If there was a lost badge I didn't know about, or some magical item that Tasty can create to decimate Big Bad Bows. And in my research, I found nothing of the sort. There was no magical solution to annihilate the impressive health reserves of this colossus standing between me and victory. Except, I had stumbled across my ultimate weapon. The tool to counter the Star Rod in Bowser's clutches and send him crying to his mama. Bowser here has a 75% chance to heal when the percentage of his HP, plus 25%, is less than Mario's percentage of HP. For example, if Mario has 25 out of 50 HP, 50%, and Bowser is sitting at 33 out of 99, plus 25%, totaling 58%, Bowser will not heal. As soon as Bowser hits 23 HP, plus 25%, he will now total 48%, and his heal chance will now be triggered. Knowing this, can you guess what it is that is going to be our savior of the run? The answer's been with us all along. When Mario's HP drops to 0, the life shroom kicks in, putting him back on his feet with 10 HP. 10 out of 50. That's 20%. Now, I'm no mathematician here, but I'm pretty sure it's now damn near impossible for Bowser to use his healing. Even if he was reduced to 1 HP, 1 out of 99, plus 25%, totals 26%, which leads me to believe that this was my golden ticket. And wouldn't you know? Does it... Sunday comes first? Oh, yeah. I thought I did. Triple B, yeah, I'm grinding my way through this, keeping the formula in mind so he doesn't heal. But unfortunately, there's no way he doesn't do it right now, you know? He didn't do it! He didn't do it! Oh. Yeah, he didn't even bother healing. Right? He didn't even try. Well, yeah, Bowser's kind of a lunkhead.
You did it!
Yeah. Applause, yes. Well. Goose honks. It's kind of loud on the game. I got goose honks. Put those in there. Oh. Probably, yeah. I don't know how long that fight took, but that, I actually hurt from that. Yeah, no hammer attacks, no jump attacks. So, kind of. Yeah, it was real bad in the beginning because I kicked his ass. You know I did. Destroyed him. It was done. I had answered the question that nobody asked. Can you beat Paper Mario without using a jump attack or a hammer attack? Initially, when I had the thought for this challenge, I was on stream playing a Paper Mario randomizer and didn't think much of it. Later that night, however, with thoughts brewing, I started the run out of curiosity and found that I absolutely did not want to put the controller down. It was a fresh twist on the game, and at times, certain sections of the game like Dry Ruins had multiple required battles, but it felt doable. Further into the game, Jade Jungle houses tougher enemies, but none felt overly difficult. Dungeons like Mount Lava Lava had exactly one required fight, against the boss. The entirety of Chapter 3 had exactly one fight, and it was against the boss. Bosses in other chapters, like General Guy having 4 separate phases with round 4 consisting of him in his tank, simply required appropriate planning. Look at Huff and Puff way up in the clouds. Most of the run I utilized Thunderbolt and Thunder Rage. Puffy here is immune. I had to change up my strategy for this fight, and after 5 or 6 tries, I took his cloudy ass down. The Crystal King was a war of attrition. After trudging and fighting my way through each and every one of these scenarios, not once did I ever feel like that there wasn't a viable solution to any problem or obstacle standing in front of me. I never once felt like the mission was impossible. It was a welcome challenge with its trials and tribulations, forcing me to think beyond the typical strategies and utilize tools presented to me in a new and fresh manner. At the end of it all, this adventure was another dumb challenge that I conquered, and I excitedly look towards the future with wide eyes and hope in my heart that the next challenge will be even more of a titanic obstacle, whatever it may be. Oh, it's so crisp. Oh, it's so clean. Oh, look at the Buggly Woods. Oh my God. Oh, spookies. Oh, the stage. Oh my God. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, look at that. Blooper. Oh. Oh, jeez. Oh my God. Well, I'm sure that'll be fun. Thank you so very much for allowing me to share this journey with all of you. A very special thanks to those who support me, and hey, since you've listened to me for this long, follow me on Twitch, where I like to play games wrong. Come say hi. And hey, if you'd like to check out the streams of this playthrough, you can find them over here on my other YouTube channel where I post all the stream VODs. If you found this video to be the cat's tuxedo, share it with 2 friends. Then they'll share it with 2 friends, and they'll share it with 2 friends, and that's like 10 people right there.